Creatine is not a men's-only powder. That idea is outdated, and it is quietly costing a lot of women strength they could have kept after 40. But here's the plot twist: the viral videos skip. For younger active women, a lot of studies show basically nothing special versus placebo. Then you look at midlife and older women who actually lift, and the story changes. So, what do the studies actually show for women? And, for after 40? Stick with me. By the end, you will know who creatine is most likely to help, who it probably will not transform, and the one habit that still beats the scoop every time. Hey, welcome to Evidence Health USA, where we turn health hype into clear answers. Today, creatine monohydrate, not the 20-ingredient pump formula, the boring white powder that, has more research behind it than almost any sports supplement on the shelf. Quick disclaimer up front: this is education, not medical advice. If you're pregnant, breastfeeding, have kidney disease, take prescription meds, or your labs already look weird, talk with a clinician before you start anything new. Creatine is not a steroid. Your body already makes some. You also get some from meat and fish. Most of it lives in muscle, where it helps you reload a quick energy system for short, hard efforts, a heavy set, a sprint, the last ugly reps. The NIH Office of Dietary Supplements puts it plainly: for high-intensity, stop-and-go work, creatine often helps. For long, steady endurance, not the hero. And the form with the deep track record is creatine monohydrate, not the fancy labels that cost twice as much. Typical study doses look like this. Option 1, about 3 to 5 grams a day, every day. Option 2, a short loading phase, roughly 20 grams a day, split up, for 5 to 7 days, then drop to 3 to 5 grams to keep stores topped up. Loading is optional, it just gets you there faster. The International Society of Sports Nutrition's position stand is blunt. Creatine monohydrate is one of the most effective legal ergogenic aids we have for high-intensity capacity and lean mass during training, and they note benefits have been reported in men and women. But, and this matters, most of the classic research recruited men. Women got treated like a footnote for decades. That gap is why TikTok can scream, "Every woman needs this," and a skeptical friend can scream, "It does nothing for women," and both sound confident. In 2025, researchers systematically reviewed creatine in physically active females. 27 studies, from recreational to elite. Compared with placebo, strength or power improved in only 3 of 11 studies that measured it. Anaerobic tests, 4 of 17. Aerobic, 1 of 5. Most trials? No clear edge over placebo. That does not mean creatine is fake. It means if you are already training hard, young, and eating decently, a scoop may not move the needle as dramatically as the ads promise. Training still does the heavy lifting, literally. And a 2024 meta-analysis in adults under 50 found creatine plus resistance training did improve strength overall. But when they split by sex, the female subgroups did not hit statistical significance. Part of that is biology. A bigger part is sample size. Hundreds of men in those trials, and a tiny pile of women. So if you are 28, lifting 3 days a week, and wondering why creatine did not change your life, you are not broken. You might just be living in the part of the evidence map that is mixed. Now shift the camera to midlife and older women, especially when creatine is paired with resistance training. In 2021, a meta-analysis looked only at older females doing strength training with creatine or placebo. 10 randomized trials. 211 women. Overall, upper body strength improved with creatine. Lower body and muscle mass? Not a clear win in the full pool. Then they sliced by time. In studies that lasted at least 24 weeks, about 6 months, creatine helped both upper and lower body strength versus placebo. Certainty was still rated low. Small samples, not a magic rewrite of aging. But the direction is not, women after 40 cannot benefit. It is closer to, give it months and keep lifting. Zoom out to older adults in general, mixed men and women, and another 2021 meta-analysis found creatine plus resistance training added about 1.3 kilograms of lean tissue versus training plus placebo. Roughly 3 pounds on average. Not a transformation montage. A nudge on top of the training that actually builds the tissue. So the honest midlife pitch is not, creatine replaces menopause or creatine replaces the gym. It is, If you are already building a lifting habit, creatine is one of the few supplements with a real chance to make that habit pay a little more. Bone is where YouTube gets reckless. One 12-month trial in postmenopausal women found creatine with lifting slowed femoral neck bone density loss compared with placebo. That got people excited, for good reason. Hip bone matters. Then came the bigger test. Same research group. 2 years. 237 postmenopausal women. Resistance training plus walking. Creatine or placebo. Primary bone density sites: femoral neck, hip, spine. No significant creatine advantage. Some deeper geometry measures at the hip look better with creatine. Interesting. Not the same as creatine fixes osteoporosis. If bone is your main goal, the foundation is still resistance training, protein, vitamin D, and calcium as appropriate, fall prevention, and medical care when needed. Creatine is not your DXA scan in a scoop. Two fears stop a lot of women before they even try. Fear 1. I will get puffy. Creatine can pull water into muscle cells. The scale may jump a pound or two early. That is often intracellular water, not automatic fat. Many women see a smaller scale bump than the bro science memes suggest. Judge progress by strength and how training feels, not, day 3 bathroom scale drama. In healthy people, major reviews and the sports nutrition position literature do not support that scare story at typical doses. What is real? Creatine can raise creatinine on a blood test, the marker doctors glance at for kidney filtering, which can look alarming if nobody knows you supplement. And if you already have kidney disease, this is not a DIY experiment. Bring a clinician in. Also skip the mystery blends. Creatine monohydrate, plain. Third-party tested if you can. 3 to 5 grams. Water. Done. Here is your decision path. If you are a woman who lifts, or you are ready to start, and you want a low-drama add-on with real trial data behind it, creatine monohydrate is a reasonable experiment for a few months. Track your lifts. Be patient. Especially after 40, the studies that look best usually last longer than a 2-week "I tried it" TikTok. If you refuse to strength train, creatine will not, secretly rebuild you while you sit still. The powder is not the program. If your only goal is bone density numbers on a scan, do not make creatine the star of the plan. And if your kidneys are already a medical topic in your life, get clearance first. 1. Creatine is not men only, but women's results are mixed, and younger active women often see little beyond placebo in trials. 2. After 40, the more interesting signal is creatine plus resistance training over months, modest strength help, and in broader older adult data, a bit more lean mass. Not a miracle. 3. Bone claims are oversold. Kidneys in healthy people are not the horror story. Monohydrate, 3 to 5 grams, plus real lifting, beats the hype every time. If this helped you cut through the creatine noise, subscribe to Evidence Health USA. We do the reading so you do not have to trust a random bottle claim. Comment and tell me, are you more worried about strength after 40, the bloat myth, or the kidney scare? That decides what we cover next.